Greetings, welcome to another Fake Grant Order video. So it is time to talk about this year's summer event, and technically it's two because we have the rerun of last year's summer event along with this year's. And that means a lot of summons that may or may not show up during your summons, and you gotta decide where you're going to spend your quartz. So let's take a look at first last year's summers that we're getting in a rerun this year, and then we'll head on over to this year's summer event, which is about 1 month away. So first, last year's rerun summer event, what do we have here? Well, let's take a look at the servant, shall we? But first, let's take a look at the free servant we can get. Where are you? Where are you? Event CEs. Event shop? No. Main quest, maybe? Main quest? Where are you, Ishtar? Where did you go? Where did you go? Event info. Main info. Is it down here? No, it is not. Let's go into info part 2. Is it here? No, it is not. Event guide. Let's see. There she is. Okay, let's talk about Ishtar. She is the free servant you can get during the rerun event, and as a rider, she's actually pretty decent. So 11,000 attack, 2,000 defense, pretty balanced, and she is a quick / art servant, so she can charge her noble phantasm pretty nicely. So as you can see, she's also kind of supporty, increases party's quick and buster performance, which is very nice, and increases her MP generation rate for 3 turns, so very, very nice. She is an excellent support for a rider, or a quick rider composition, which is what I use her for. I put her together with another rider, and she boosts their MP generation and their damage, so very nice skill there. The evasion for 1 attack and increase on critical damage for 1 turn. The important part is the evasion for 1 attack, which doesn't have a cooldown, which is very nice, so you can use that, and at max level it's only a 4-turn cooldown, so excellent survival right there. And then we've got Summer Breaker, which is almost identical to the Summer, the Goddess Core EX from Tamamo Summer, which is invincibility, critical damage, stat generation, MP generation, debuff resistance, healing received, and then next turn she stuns herself. So as you can see, it's pretty decent, and it goes a little bit to level 50%, so it's a pretty good skill as an emergency evasion. But yeah, you want to be careful with the stun next turn. And increases quick performance for riding, critical damage, and everything else. Now, her noble phantasm deals damage to all enemies. It is a quick and increased on quick performance for 1 turn. So this is definitely one you want to use second or third on the list. And if we add in her first skill, which increases it even further, it can actually hit for a decent amount of damage on everybody. And because you're going to get all 5 copies during the event, it's at 1000% damage, so very nice damage right there. So as a free servant, she is definitely worth picking up and leveling up, especially if you're lacking any AoE riders and only have Saint Martha like I do, or like I did many years ago. Now let's talk about the actual servants. So first, Nero Claudius caster. A lot of people went for her. So let's see, obviously a caster, 6 hits on her odds cards is very nice, excellent for charging her own MP bar up. So let us take a look. Increase charges on MP, you got 30 to 50%, very nice. If 1 HP is less than 50%, increase on MP generation rate for 3 turns, so pretty good. It lets her quickly charge it up at the beginning of the fight, and then once she's taken some damage, charge it up even faster. Then increase on attack, increase on defense, and essentially takes neutral damage from everything for the next 3 turns, which is very nice in terms of survival. And grants 1 ally gut stats for 1 time, 1 ally, which is excellent, and increases their attack, very nice. So overall, a very nice and well-rounded caster here. Now let's see, quick performance, odds performance, and healing received. Okay. Now let's see, ignores invincibility for 1 turn, very nice. Unfortunately, deals damage to all enemies, and it's only at 300 potency. It is a buster though, so it does decent amount of damage, but because of that, but it does increase her damage for 1 turn, so it's kind of okay-ish. But last year I used her as a final MP chain, and her damage really wasn't that amazing because she's a caster. She does have a lower than normal damage multiplier on all her attacks. So when it comes to damage, she's not great, but she is a solid AoE caster nonetheless. Then Frankenstein Saber, somebody here. So let's see, 11,000, 14,000 HP, very nice there. So let's see, 401 art thrust and 300 quick. Okay, she shouldn't have too much of a problem raising her noble phantasm. Let's see, when MP catches 10% or higher, increases on MP generation rate by sacrificing the current 10%, and it's a very nice amount here, especially at level 10. So you're sacrificing 10% immediate MP charge so that you can charge it up even faster. which actually does work out in her favor. And so, reduces damage by 500 to oneself, reduces one enemy's attack for 3 turns, and removes their boss. This right here is the most important part, removes their boss. So excellent to use before launching all her attacks, and increases own attack by 10 to 20, MP damage 10 to 20, and burns for a total of 1000 damage over 5 turns. So her skills are pretty decent, they're not amazing, but they're not bad. Buster, quick performance, and debuff resistance, here we go, deals damage to one enemy, 500% chance to essentially maybe stun them after 1 turn. It's kind of randomish. So let's see, the damage is actually very, very nice right there. If you can get multiple copies, even better. And the chance to stun goes up even better. Except for the enemy with this deep... Let's see, 500 chance to afflict delayed charging status. 20% chance to stun all enemies except the enemy with this debuff for 1 turn after 1 turn. Interesting. So this is very interesting. There's a good chance to stun essentially anything, but it's a little on the random side. But as a 4-star Saber, she is definitely very solid. Now, Nitocris Assassin, what do we have here? 10,000 attack, a little on the low side, but decent HP for an assassin right there. Very high MP charge rate, very nice, and 2 hits on her arts cards and 3 on her quick, very nice. Let's see, increases on defense, further increases on defense by 1 turn, and increases on debuff resistance. Okay, very defensive there. Draws attention of all enemies for 1 turn, reduces own damage taken. Okay, so we have a tanky assassin from what we can see here. So at max level, reduces damage taken by 2000 for 1 turn, and then increases her defense by a ridiculous amount, so she can literally tank an entire turn by herself. On attack, increase on MP damage, increase on MP generation rate. Okay, now this is a worthy skill. The attack is a little on the low side, but she is an assassin. The MP damage definitely makes up for it, and the MP generation rate is very nice. So a very interesting assassin right there. Deals damage to all enemies, reduces their defense, and chance to instant kill, so very similar to her original ability. So as an AoE assassin, she's definitely interesting. The fact that she can tank for 1 turn is definitely something you don't see very often. Although honestly, the reason you want her is for collection purposes. She looks really nice there. Moving along, Nobunaga Berserker. 12,000 attack and 12,000 HP, very balanced. That is a very high MP charge rate, but it kind of makes sense because she's got 3 Buster cards in the deck that hit 6 times. So let's see. Grants evasion for 1 turn, increase on Buster performance. Okay, this is essentially the same skill as Jack has, only for Buster. Gains critical stars every turn, recovers party's HP. This is nice, although it's a little on the low side. And charges party's MP gauge by 3% every turn. Okay. So she's got a support skill, very nice. Wasn't expecting that. Increases on critical star absorption, ignores evasion, and increases on attack on burning battlefield. What is a burning battlefield? Let's see, available servants, zones, burning. Okay, so these are all the burning battlefields. There really are not a lot of them. There's a couple in Babylonia, but yeah. So this will barely come into play. Now, no phantasm, 1 enemy, excellent, 600 to 1000 depending, and deals extra damage to divine enemies. Yay, that's very nice. But then if they're strengthening, it goes up to 800. And grants self-burning battlefield buff for 3 turns. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I really like this single target Noble Phantasm of hers. If you can find a way to quickly recharge a Noble Phantasm bar, you can gain the extra attack from that and hit divine enemies for a boatload of damage. And I believe that is the first summoning wave, but let's move on to the second summoning wave. Artoria Pendragon Rider Altar, essentially Malta, how everybody tends to know her. That is a lot of HP on a rider right there. 2 quick, 2 arts with 3 hits each, not bad. I actually have her, she's not that bad at charging her own normal phantasm bar. Increases her own attack for 3 turns and increases party's quick performance. So, essentially a 50% increased damage on her critical size. And then reduces one ally's cooldown by 1. Increases her critical shot generation rate, but deals 1000 damage to them. Now this skill actually plays very nicely with her 3rd skill. Oh, and look at this. This is new. Delayed buff build upper 1 turn. Increases the max HP for 5 turns after 1 turn. That is interesting. Okay, this literally makes up for anything bad the skill used to have. So she takes 1000 damage this turn, but then the next turn, and for 5 turns after that, she gets an extra 1000 to 3000. This is a very nice skill now. Now, last skill. Oh, quick performance for 1 attack 3 turns. Now, the trick about her is that this, 1 attack within the next 3 turns, and as you can see, this has a 3th turn cooldown. So, the turn before you launch a noble, 2 turns before you launch a noble phantasm, you use this. Then you use this on herself, so it goes down to 2 turns. And then on the turn that you are going to launch your noble phantasm, you still have the last tick of the first one, and you use it again, and you suddenly have 60% extra increased quick performance. Bundle that with this one, which is an extra 20% and 30% extra attack, and you've got a very large damage boost on herself. Now let's see, debuff resistance, quick performance, and critical damage. But Noble Phantasm deals damage to one enemy, it charges one MP cost by 10%, and reduces their critical attack chance for 3 turns. So, 1200 plus an extra 60% from that, and an extra 30 and 20 from that. She can hit very, very hard. Now, unfortunately, her overcharge doesn't deal extra damage, but it does reduce her critical attack chance. So you would definitely want to start with her on your initial MP chain. So yeah, Alchamade, yeah, definitely a very nice single target rider. And once she gets her strengthening quest here, that'll definitely be a very nice rider right there. Then Helena Archer. So what do we have here? 11,000, 13,000, decent HP for an Archer right there. 5 hits on her arch and 3 on her quick. Now, unfortunately, because her MP charge rate is so abysmally low, it does take her a bit of time to charge it up without any help. And unfortunately, actually, it really isn't that strong either. As you can see, charges party's MP cost from 10 to 20% and gain 5 critical stars every turn for 5 turns. Kind of okay-ish. Increase own damage for 5 attacks, 5 turns. And reduce enemy's MP cost by 1. Now, this always happens, so that makes her excellent support skill. And increases her damage by 2,000 for 5 attacks. It's definitely not bad. That's an extra 10,000 damage over 5 turns. And then increase her own arch performance 20 to 40% and grants self debuff immunity for 1 time 5 turns. An overall decent skill. So as you can see, this kind of helps make up for her low MP charge on attack, which kind of sucks unfortunately. But let's see, deals damage to all enemies, 450 base, kind of low. Reduces their debuff resistance, reduces their defense by an average of about 10% since you're generally going to be starting with this. So as an AoE, it's not bad. It's a little on the weak side when in terms of damage, but she is kind of a supporty archer, helping the entire party charge up their Noble Phantasm, although it has a very long cooldown, unfortunately. This one kind of helps her damage a little bit, and this one is definitely her own way to actually deal damage on a decent turn. So when it comes to damage, she is not on the highest tier, not by a lot, but she is kind of supporty and she does AoE, so she's definitely decent at dealing with weaker waves. Now, Minamoto no Raiko Lancer. Now, I didn't actually pull her, but I hear she's actually very, very decent. 11,000, very high HP for a Lancer, very nice. 0.75 charge rate, that's not too bad. Unfortunately, she's only got 1 art squad, but hey, can't have everything in the world. Let's see, increase on critical star absorption and increase on critical damage. Very nice skill right here. Put it together with somebody that generates critical stars, and you definitely have a very nice, powerful turn right there. Increase on Alice Buster performance by up to 40%, very nice, and removes her debuffs, very, very nice right there. Increase the party's attack for 3 turns and increase party's critical star generation rate. Interesting ability right there, but let's see. Debuff resistance, quick performance, buster performance, and on damage of 150. Let's see, deals damage that ignores defense buff to 1 enemy, excellent, 600 damage base, 20, and gain 20 critical stars the next turn. Okay, so this is how we actually do it. You start with her, you suddenly gain 20 critical stars, and then on the next turn you use this, which gives her maximum critical damage. When you use this, it increases her critical stars and everything. So yeah, she really gets going after her Noble Phantasm, so very nice ability right there. And the fact that it ignores defense is very, very nice. So Minamoto Lancer, definitely not a bad servant, although I prefer that outfit right there because it's actually a callback to a very, very old anime. And that is it for the rerun event. So all of these servants are part of the original, of the last year's event, which we are getting the rerun of. It is a bit on the annoying side, but it's definitely worth it to get Ishtar right there. Now, what about the next event? Well, here we are. This is this year's event, and this year we have quite a few things here. So let's take a look at the servants, shall we? Oh, but before we actually do that, we need to... give me a second here. Main info, event servants. Aha, here we go. Here's what we're getting this year. A Jeanne Alter Berserker for all of us that we don't have Jeanne Alter. But very balanced attack and HP right there. 0.52. It's a little on the low side. Whoa. I believe this is her chance of resisting instant death. So that is actually pretty high on that front. Oh wow, triple buster deck with 3 hits each. Okay. Let's see, Schwarzwald Falk, I think that's what it's called. Grants self-evasion for 1 attack, 1 turn every 3 turns. Wow. Okay, so she evades 1 attack every turn for 3 turns. That's actually not too bad. And increase her NP generation rate. Okay, so let's see. Oh, here we go. So she charges 5% every time she suffers an attack, even if she evades it. So this is definitely a skill meant to help her recharge when taking damage. Very nice. Increases own attack and inflicts 100 for 3 turns, so 10% attack in exchange for 1,500 HP. It seems okay-ish. It's her only steroid, so there's not much we can do, and it fits with her original character. And let's see, I'm not even gonna bother. Increase on buster performance, charges on MP by 20 and 1000 damage to self. So this is very much in line with her original skill on her original version, but 20% extra buster performance can only mean one thing. Yep, here it is, buster. So it deals damage to one enemy, 1000%. Inflicts burn. Oh, that's actually quite a decent amount of burn starting at 3000. That is not bad, so that's an extra 9000 damage. And increases buster performance. Okay, so she is definitely a hard-hitting servant. And she definitely doesn't look too bad in that outfit. Now let's move on to her original counterpart, Jeanne Archer, which is something you know. That is way too much HP, but I guess it makes sense considering that Jeanne actually has a boatload of HP in her original version. Actually, let us compare. Let's see, what does her original version have? Not even her. Oh yeah, 18,000 with Grail, so it is a little on the lower side, but yeah, it kind of goes with hers. So what is she based on? 0.68, a little on the low side, only 3% on damage. 2 art squads, 1 quick, 2 busters, so kind of standard. Let's see. Let's see. Increase on art's performance for 3 turns. Okay, there we go. And grants self invincibility for 2 attacks during the next 3 turns. Okay, pretty good survivability and steroid right there. Charges on MP gauge by up to 40%. Okay, increases on MP damage for 3 turns. Very nice. Increase on critical damage on waterside battlefields. We'll ignore that for now. But this right here is not too bad of a skill. Increases party's attack for 3 turns and further increases the attack of items with good alignments. So herself included, I believe? Female, let's see. Oh no, she's neutral? It looks like, yeah, this Jeanne Alter is actually neutral. She is not good. No, here we go. She's lawful. She is not good. That means she doesn't get the extra 20 from her own ability, but a lot of her allies will. So far, a pretty interesting set of abilities. Debuff resistance increases on critical damage and charges on MP by 50% every turn on waterside field. Okay, let's take a look. Where is a waterside field? That's burning, that's forest, hill, castle, wilderness, beach, waterside. Okeanos, obviously, Babylonia, Agartha, and that's it. Well, I'm disappointed. Let's take a look. Deals damage to all enemies. That is pretty low damage right there. And gains critical stars to be turned for 3 turns. Okay, so the damage is kind of iffy. It isn't arts though, so she does have this steroid on her arts card, and then she has this, so she essentially needs all of her skills to trigger on the same turn in order for her to deal decent damage with her Null Phantasm. On the other hand, you could use those skills to increase her to arts cards and get her to launch it faster once you use it the first times, which sounds a little bit better. Let's see, so we've got a typical city girl look, and then we've got a sporty look with dolphins apparently. And I really like this look. Reminds me a little bit of Jeanne Alter Lily, but hey. And yeah, not too bad of a servant, although it will she's more of what I would recall a arts-based archer. So she goes into the same pool as Emilia, as Aureale, as Chloe. She fits in all those categories, well, with all of them. And then Ibaraki Lancer. What do we have here? Decent HP and attack right there. Okay, too quick to buster. Interesting. But MP charge rate of 1% on attack, so that arts card definitely does its job. Let's see, increases party's attack, increases on MP damage, increases on MP generation rate. Okay, here's the solution to that problem. Removes own debuffs and increases on mass HP. It's more of an emergency debuff removal. Critical star absorption, critical damage, and randomly increases or reduces own debuff resistance. Interesting skill right here, reliant on critical stars. So she definitely needs to pair up with somebody that generates them. Let's see, debuff resistance, buster performance, let's see. Deals damage that ignores defense buff to one enemy, 500% chance to reduce own critical star generation rate. So she will not generate any critical stars after launching this. And oh, but wow, look at this. She just gains critical stars after using it. That is definitely not a bad idea. So while she may not deal extra damage with her Noble Phantasm on overcharge, giving her the critical stars she needs to deal maximum damage on the next turn can definitely be useful. Although unfortunately it's impossible to predict who will be on the next turn unless you're counting the turns from the beginning of the fight. But yeah, as a Lancer, very interesting. Let's take a look. Okay, nice cute look there. And that is some very, very pink hair right there. Interesting. Now, Ushiwakamaru, finally a little love for everybody's favorite Tengu. So let's see, 9,000 attack, 10,000 HP. The stats are a little on the low side, but she is an assassin, so that's kind of expected. Let's see, okay, so she goes from her really long side tail to... I have no idea. I think she grabs it sideways, curls it up in the back, and then it goes with another loop down there. There we go, and she's a lot happier right there. There we go, happy Ushiwakamaru, that's definitely nice. Oh, she is definitely a quick-based servant. What is her critical star generation rate? Okay, 25% on all of her hits, and they hit twice, so every single quick card will generate at the very least one critical star. Charges on MP goes up to 40%, not bad. Grants evasion for one turn, increase on quick performance, exactly like Jack's ability. 30% extra quick performance, not bad. Critical star absorption, grants several debuff immunity, and 40% chance to remove enemy buffs when normal attacking. Oh, this is nice. Okay then. So let's see, what about her Noble Phantasm? Critical star generation, critical damage, quick performance. Quick, excellent, do damage to all enemies, remove their offensive buffs, and reduces their quick resistance for 3 turns. Okay, so what you want to do with her is definitely launch a heroic chain with her Noble Phantasm and her 2 quick cards. Well, her 3 quick cards for maximum effectiveness. So, let's see, she doesn't deal that much damage unfortunately, but she might be good at generating critical stars. I'm gonna have to compare her with Jack to see, but she is a 4-star though, so it kind of makes sense that she isn't as strong as Jack. But now we come to what I would say, well, that's the first wave of summons for this year during August, but now we are down to the second wave of this year's summon servants, and the one that I consider to be the best servant because he has the best single ability in the game, I believe. So let's take a look. Let's see, 11 for, that's a lot of HP on her. So yes, it is based. This is the second Moon Cancer, and she will be the only Moon Cancer for another 2 years, unfortunately. Or is it 1 year? Probably 1 year. But let's take a look. I don't agree with these big shoes on the beach. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That makes absolutely no sense, probably story related. And yeah, are those tentacles? Look like it. Anyway, 2 arts, 2 buster. Okay then, let's see. Critical damage for 3 turns, critical star absorption. Okay then, so you want critical star with her. Charge on MP, wow, that is a boatload. Recovers own HP, a nice amount. Increase of buster performance, 20%. And MP damage, okay. And even evasive board attack. This is a very powerful skill right there, but this is actually not the skill I'm talking about. This is just raw power right here. Get her Noble Phantasm up and suddenly ram. Maximum damage. But this is the skill I was talking about. Faceless Moon. Locks the set of dealt command cards for 3 turns. Same cards throughout the skill's duration, but the effect is removed if a party member is defeated or command shuffle or order change is used. Command cards do not... So yeah. This is what I mean by the most powerful single skill in the game. So let's say you manage to get one of your other 2 servants to have a heroic chain, for example. But you don't have anybody that deals maximum or perfect damage against what you're facing, so you switch. So before you use the skill, you switch that character out with somebody else, like say a Heracles, and suddenly he is doing 70,000 damage every turn for the next 3 turns, which is amazing. You can also combine this with anybody that has their Noble Phantasm ready and has a heroic chain with all of their cards for maximum damage. So yeah, this skill requires a little bit of planning, but is definitely what I would say the most powerful skill in the game, because it can give you 3 turns of heroic chaining. With the same servant, mind you. So, Arts Performance, debuff... Oh, burn debuff immunity. Well then. 2 critical stars every turn, debuff resistance, critical on damage, debuff resistance. Let's see. Deals damage to all enemies and reduce an MP by 1. A little on the weak side, and chance to further reduce their MP cost by 1. Wow. Okay, so this is clearly not meant to deal damage. Although it can with this, because like, yeah, because Bebe being evil and all. And she does have decent attack. And she is a Moon Cancer, though, which means Moon Cancer is designed to deal against all the Avengers, so... Kinda iffy on the damage, but hey, you gotta have some downsides with this amazing skill right here. Unfortunately, she is the 5-star, so good luck, just like Jeanne. Now, Mysterious Heroine Heroine XX. Now, that outlook doesn't really make much sense, but if we go take a look at the second look, it makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? There we go, that's the one we know. So let's see, a foreigner, okay, she is going to be our 3rd foreigner in the game. Oh, a little low on the attack, but okay, HP. MP charge per attack, 0.64, it's okay. 2 arts, 1 quick. Grants of invincibility for 1 turn, increase on attack. Okay, that's a boatload of attack, but yep. Gain critical stars, reduce on critical star absorption for 1 turn. So essentially, she is giving the stars to somebody else, literally. Now, justice from this world. Ignores invincibility, very nice. Charges on MP gotch, good. Increases own damage against threat to humanity enemies. Now, let's take a look at who this applies to, shall we? Let's see. Threat to humanity enemies. Let's go to traits. Enemy traits, and then we type in, there we go. Okay, so she is here to deal with Summer Bebe, along with the Trees of Emptiness and Gorgon. So yeah, getting her will definitely be a nice boost when dealing with the Trees of Emptiness during the Lost Belts. Now, let's take a look. Let's see. Gain 2 critical stars every turn. You get some critical star generation rate, critical damage, performance, okay-ish. Let's see, it's an arts, deals damage to 1 enemy, 150 extra damage to Saber class servants, of course, and increases own attack for 1 turn per target base first. Okay then. So not too bad. So she's a single target foreigner. Let's see, that has a little bit of support for critical stars, and is designed to deal with threat to humanity, enemies, and sabers. So nothing completely outstanding, but hey, it's X. What do you expect out of her? And lastly, Meb Saber. So let's see, that is very low attack right there, but very high HP, so she's a tanky Saber. Okay then. 2 arts, very nice. Let's see. Charges an MP gotch every turn for 3 turns. So wow, that is a boatload. That is 60% in 3 turns. I don't think anybody else has anything higher. And gains critical stars every turn. Okay, not a bad skill, but definitely worth leveling up. Take the pretend chance to charm all enemies. Okay, this is identical to shooting Doji's one, which is the exact same chance. And reduces their arts resistance for 20%. Very nice. Increases party's attack, increases party's critical damage except self. Okay then, so a little supporty, a little egotistical. Kinda like her. Let's see. Arts deals damage to 1 enemy. Chance to inflict nice shot for 3 turns on them, max 5 times per Noble Phantasm. It hits 6 times. And it reduces their defense by 10% per stack. Okay, so essentially you want to start with her to reduce the damage on whoever it is you're hitting, and then have everybody else come in after. At 60%, you will average 2 to 3 stacks of this, which means 20 to 30% reduced defense. And then considering you also have arts reduction here, and she has 2 arts cards, so she is technically a arts saber. So that means she would get along quite well with Lancelot. Okay, look like in that one a lot. That makes absolutely no sense. Why are you wearing a fuzzy hat in the beach? So Meb Saber, yeah, kind of an okay Saber there. So yeah, that was a lot of servants that we had to go through, but yeah, that's because this summer is chock full of servants you might want to get your hands on. So who are the best servants? Well, I would say Nobunaga is definitely good. I would say Maid Alter is one of the best riders in the game for single target damage because of the gimmick you can pull with her 2 skills. Helene is kind of on the weaker side, so she's for collection purposes. Minamoto is definitely a very solid lancer. If you can get your hands on her, you will not regret it. Jeanne Alter, you definitely want to get your hands on her. Normal Jeanne Archer here, she's an art archer, so she's kind of hard to use, but definitely useful. Ibaraki is okay, Ushiwakamaru is okay. Bebe is definitely someone you might want to get your hands on. Are you seriously here? Really? I wonder if the story is that Bebe gets taken over by Nyarlathotep there. Anyway, Bebe with her unique and most powerful skill in the game is definitely someone that you can do some gimmicky things with. Mysterious Horror next would definitely be useful in the long run, especially against the Lost Belts and the Tree of Emptiness, so if you can get her, you will not regret it in that respect. And Meb, kind of okay-ish, I guess. As an art saber, if you have some other art sabers with her, she can definitely deal the damage. Although her very low attack means she is really there as a cheerleader for everybody else. So yeah, this year's summer events, quite chock full of servants actually. Oh, but there actually is one more thing. The men are finally getting a little bit of love. Only a little bit, no, not too much. That is because, as you can see here, they are let's see, we have this summon here for King Gilgamesh and Dante. And let's see, let's see, what do we have here? Buster Critical Arts and Performance. So yeah, we didn't look at those. What do we have? Emerald. Oh, give me a second. Oh, sorry about that. So let's see. Arts Performance and MP Damage. This is something a lot of casters will absolutely want. Buster Performance, MP Damage, and MP Generation Rate. Okay, so this is clearly for someone that requires it, but it's not bad, and it's got a clearly... Well, who is that next to her? Who is that? Who are they? Oh, that's the Lancer we met in that story. Oh, that's them. Okay, then I know who they are now. And lastly... Oh, hold on. Oh, hello. We're getting a new one, and we're getting a little bit of a tan. Not bad. Oh, and... costumes for them. Well then, looking very dashing there. Okay, now we've actually looked at everything, so hopefully you find this useful, and we will see you next time.